What up everyone, it's TyranitarTube, and with the release of the Nintendo Switch tomorrow, man, even IGN gave Breath of the Wind the highest score ever with a perfect 10. This game is supposedly perfect. So in the hype of Nintendo Switch news, what I'm wondering is, where's the Pokemon news? Pokemon Sun and Moon came out in November, there's been a few Pokemon Go patches since, but nothing really big has been going on. And well, now that I'm back here to talk about it, let's talk about what Pokemon has been up to since November 18 when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out. So excluding the Pokemon Go patches that came, Gen 2 came out, you have the Christmas hat Pikachu, including a party hat Pikachu. The biggest thing that happened is a new trademark has been filed for the future of Pokemon. In a time like this is pretty interesting. There's not much going on. What is this trademark about? This trademark was registered directly by Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak. This wasn't a private lawyer on behalf of them. This is something for sure on behalf of Pokemon, and it's something that's going to come for Pokemon. And it translates to Pokemon Darling or Pokemon Dulling. We don't know for sure yet, but it could go from a simple spin-off game on the 3DS to potentially an actual new game on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you guys know, but there's some mobile apps out there like Pokemon Go and Pokemon Duel. Pokemon Duel is a smaller app, so for apps like that, I wouldn't think that they're registered directly by the makers themselves, Game Freak, Creatures, and Nintendo. So if it is directly registered by these guys, I would feel like it's something more important. But yeah, on the news of Pokemon Daringu going from a spin-off game to an actual Nintendo Switch game, you never know. There was news earlier that something Pokemon related was being planned for the Switch. In fact, here's one from a week ago. It's a quote from an interview with Tsunekazu Ishihara. Pokemon has been about portable, but now there's the Switch, which is a portable home console, so it has a bigger screen and high specs than we're used to. Apart from main games, we make stuff like Pokken and Dungeon, so I'm thinking that we should make games that suit the Switch from among the games that we're making, but at this time, I can't confirm any projects. This is from a week ago. This is just the thought process of this dude and the future of Switch. What's gonna come? Of course, there's gonna be something Pokemon related coming, but how severe is it gonna be? Is it legit gonna be something super minor? I'm saying a spin-off or a Nintendo Switch game. It could be a spin-off on the Nintendo Switch, like a Mystery Dungeon game or a Ranger game. But there's even more bits of news like this since the days of the Switch being known as the NX. So that's where we get to my real question. What is Pokemon Stars? I've heard this all over the place, and even you guys have been telling me that this thing is supposedly certain to come, inevitable. So here, let's take a look at what Pokemon Stars is. There's a lot of things left out in Pokemon. Walking animations, really clean 3D models under the black lines, actually being able to walk with your starter in the beginning of the game. I'm back at making videos, so I'll make plenty of videos on this stuff. But Sun and Moon came with a lot of change. It was almost like testing the waters, dipping in, exactly how X and Y were. So, when these rumors started forming about a Pokemon thing coming to the Switch, people started thinking how perfect it would be if there were to be a third version for Pokemon Sun and Moon for the Switch. After all, for me at least, the game felt more like a Coliseum than a main series game with how 3D it was. It's not a bad thing though, 3D is good. But to get to the core of what Pokemon Stars is, we gotta go to when these rumors started and when these pieces of news started forming. The rumors seem to come from a week ago, then from January, but you can trace it back and it really started on November 18. For crying out loud, November 18? The game just came out, dude. On November 18, Eurogamer posts an article telling us that a new version for Pokemon Sun and Moon is on its way. Not only on its way, but already well into its development and for launch in 2017. Its codename? Pokemon Stars. Apparently stuff like this that was shown was really for the Switch edition, while Pokemon Sun and Moon are the 3DS portable versions released almost a year earlier. Later, there's also a video game journalist who did an AMA on Reddit and supposedly had enough credibility to say that Sun and Moon could have a follow-up called Pokemon Stars that could feature 20 brand new Pokemon. Like 20 Pokemon on top of the Alolan 20. See, now this sounds even better. It really sounds like a third version worth getting into and sounds like a cool system Game Freak and Nintendo could be trying. Smaller games on the 3DS while having a console edition as well. Both consoles would be compatible with each other, while the Switch would have its own exclusive features, like how the DSi had features for games that the normal DS wouldn't be compatible with. Though of course, where we are now, it does sound a bit far-fetched to think about splitting it from just ultra portability on the 3DS to portable on the 3DS, but also a more main console edition on the Switch. But the Switch is also portable. You saw the dude on the airplane. The Switch would just be a more powerful 3DS. So it's possible, but we just gotta find our ground. Is this the direction Game Freak and Nintendo would be taking with their Pokemon games? If so, it would totally work. Would they mix over the main series games from being just on the portable consoles and mix it with the Switch because the Switch is also portable? I don't know. But that is Pokemon Stars, the code name or maybe the actual name for what is to be a main series game for the Nintendo Switch. What do you guys think? How close will Pokemon get to the Switch? Will we see games like a Coliseum, or do you guys really think something like this could happen? Because if you ask me, I would love for them to do this, but it would be a first. They've never crossed over the main series game from portability to the console game, which is also portable, which is why it makes sense. That's why I would love it, but it's a first, so I can't expect it. Man, it's great to see Pokemon heating up again. If you guys didn't know, my computer completely crashed, and I've been trying to rely on my laptop since. It was just getting more and more terrible when Sun and Moon was coming out, and after a while, it just got too big, but I'm so excited to pump out these videos for you guys. So guys, tell me one thing you want to see on a Nintendo Switch edition of Pokemon Sun and Moon, or Pokemon Stars. Try to find something someone hasn't already said, and upvote the ones you agree with. And also guys, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like if you stuck this far. Let's do it guys. Follow me on Twitter at TyranitarTube. Follow me on my Instagram at TheRealTtar to stay up to date. And as always guys, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.